In a play or a movie, things happen on the stage or on the screen. And no matter how dramatic or how realistic these events appear, they're not actually happening in real life. Human drama is made up of fiction and pretense. Nothing that happens on the stage or on the screen really happens. For example, there is shooting in the movie and a character dies. But the victim gets up off the ground as soon as the camera stops filming or the curtain comes down, and he's ready to play the same part again tomorrow night. You will probably see the same character in a different role in another movie or another play. A human dramatist is playing with unreal characters and can make them do whatever he wants. But God can't do that. In God's drama, all the people are real. They are real in themselves and real in the part they play in the drama as a whole. All the events are real. When the curtain comes down at the end of time, everything that has happened still really happened. The human dramatist can pick and choose his material, but God can't. The core of the drama of the redemption is God the Son uniting himself to us, and by that union rescuing us. He embraces the powerlessness of fallen man, and going through that life of powerlessness brings it and us into the reality of liberty and power. It is obvious from the beginning that this drama requires incarnation, God becoming a human being like us. If God does not become incarnate, then he does not embrace our powerlessness. The rest of the story almost writes itself. Human beings are born, so Jesus is born. They grow up, so Jesus grew up. All the way through the drama goes the way the drama has to go. The story of the life of Jesus is the story of man's life, because Jesus is a man. This holds up to and including the crucifixion and the death of Jesus. Given the two constraints of truth and reality, the dramatist has not really had any choice up to that point. It goes further than that. Even the resurrection, which seems so exceptional, is the only thing that could have happened. And then after the risen Jesus has walked and talked with his disciples and explained to them things he could not have explained to them before, the dramatist's final task arrives. The central character of the drama is still on the stage, and he needs to be got off in a way that is faithful to both the reality and the truth of the divine drama. The exit is necessary. Now, the place for a risen body that can no longer die is not on the earth, but beyond it. Dramatically and psychologically, the need for an exit is urgent, because the presence of our risen Saviour must be temporary. Let me explain this with a few examples. Oxygen is life-saving, but a patient who has been kept on oxygen for too long forgets how to breathe. Plaster of Paris holds broken bones together, but a limb that is kept too long in plaster of Paris atrophies and becomes useless. A teacher who teaches you everything and answers every question makes you unable to think for yourself. The drama of the risen Lord being on earth has a purpose, but that purpose could only be completely fulfilled if the Lord's physical presence on earth came to an end. Hence, the ascension of Jesus into heaven. Now, everyone knows that heaven is not above us. Heaven doesn't have a where, but we are accustomed to referring to heaven as up. Going up has a precedent, because Jesus is not the first prophet who has departed upwards. Elijah went up before him, and Jesus was much more than a prophet. Elijah was carried up. Jesus rose by his own power. Jesus rises a little way, and a cloud takes him from their sight. The cloud is the curtain that brings this act to a close. He ascended into heaven. His time on earth is over. Let's finish by listening to what the angels have to say. In the New Testament, they mostly have been telling people not to be afraid, and quite right too. But at the ascension, they no longer say, don't be afraid. They say, don't look here, look somewhere else. Don't look into the tomb for Jesus, because that is only where the dead are. Don't look into the sky for Jesus, because the sky is only a symbol. Stop looking for Jesus in the wrong places. So, where is he? He is seated at the right hand of the Father in heaven. And that's the topic of the next talk.